Now, ladies and gentlemen, your next bout, three-minute rounds of the 185-pound middleweight division, brought to you by Planet Vapor.
What's up, Kingsport? It's Pretty Boy. Tonight, you have me, the pretty one, the one and only, and my buddy Cody Juicebox Gully, coming to Tennessee to show you guys what North Carolina is all about. So get ready, get your hats straight, and thank you to the United States military for your support.
Oh, man, you were one lucky again.
Andre Roy, one of those guys with the influence of Muhammad Ali, no doubt. Grew up in North Carolina where the NWA, Professional Wrestling Alliance, National Wrestling Alliance, came up. This kid knows how to talk, but he knows how to back it up.
Sure does.
He's been over to our gym a few times before. The kid is a natural. Long, lanky, has good jiu-jitsu. He can strike from a mile away. He's like a sniper with those punches. And, boy, he really set a precedent in his last fight.
You're absolutely right, Casey. And I tell you, his behind-the-microphone skills are top-notch. And in today's fight game, you really have to be able to bring that to the table. But aside from that, Andre Roy has had one of the more impressive mixed martial arts debuts that I've had a chance to watch over the past couple of years. Anytime that you get a guy that's 6'5" and can make 185 pounds, you have to keep an eye on him. He comes from the grind nose of wrestling. Competition is in his blood, and making weight is as well. So his debut that he made in Greenville from the last USFFC event was a very impressive win over Neil Gray, who he fought, and that was also another TKO first-round finish. Andre Roy told me he expects the same first-round finish in tonight's fight.
Well, I'll tell you this. Of course, he's fighting out of Triple G, a great team. Of course, Angela Hill fighting out of that same team. Who's currently on the UFC roster. But Andre Roy also spent some time with Eric Jordan back with Ichiban MMA. This is a national judo champion. So this guy, he can also do it when it comes to the throws and so forth. So not just a wrestling pedigree, but the kid knows his way around judo and jiu-jitsu as well.
And judo is such an interesting martial art when athletes are able to apply it in the cage. Sometimes people spend so much time worrying about the single leg or the double leg, they forget to go look for the trip that's coming at an awkward angle.
Yeah.
And that's what judo brings to the table.
My name is Emanuel Falls, and it's my first fight, and I'm not scared of nobody, so bring it on, big guy.
All right, Emanuel Falls, he was actually over at our gym earlier this week. I hadn't had really the opportunity to work with him too much, but he just got in there and did a little cross-training, just kind of, honing some skills right before the fight. Known to be a dog.
Yeah.
And get out there and really throw down, and he comes to fight.
I tell you what, Emanuel absolutely impressed me when I spoke with him prior to the fight. I asked him why he got into the game of mixed martial arts, and he told me, well, where he grew up in the country, that's all they did anyway was fight each other, so he might as well make it official and legal and get in the cage and do it.
Walking out with a Crocodile Dundee hat. He's got it. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Of course, Andre Roy 1-0. Debut fight for Emanuel Falls. Andre Roy, 7 years. The youth of Emanuel Falls. And, of course, 4 inches separate these guys. And very close in weight, 180 to 185.
Yeah, similar record. You know, Andre's been in there before. This is Emanuel's first fight. But all in all, their experience level is relatively low. This could be a great fight. I'm expecting it. Emanuel Falls had a very charismatic personality. He told me that he has a very large commitment to his family. And mixed martial arts and the camaraderie that he's developed, learning it, has stuck him to the sport. And both these guys love it. Both these guys are hungry, and we're going to find out which one wants it more here in just a few seconds at USFFC 23. Andre Roy had his eyesights on the USFFC middleweight champion Tanner the Hammer Saraceno, who's currently competing in WWE's Tough Enough contest and doing very, very well from what I've seen so far.
How about that?
That's awesome.
You know, you see him as a great talent in mixed martial arts. You know he can talk. and then you see him go out there, and he's making everybody else look bad. You know what I mean? Tanner is something else.
He's an incredible athlete and an incredible champion for USFFC.
Up to Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 3-minute rounds of the middleweight division. Brought to you by Planet Vapor. Introducing first the fighter on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 180 pounds with a record of 1 win and 0 defeats. Fighting out of Triple G Outreach, Asheville, North Carolina. Andre Pretty Boy Roy. And now his opponent, standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 185 pounds, making his MMA debut tonight. Fighting out of Johnson City, Tennessee, Emanuel Country Falls.
And we have some big 185ers in the cage
The
tonight.
referee when the action begins.
Here we
Jimmy
go.
Neely.
And I know Andre Roy is a 6'5", but I'm going to give the size advantage to Emanuel Falls, actually.
And you know Emanuel Falls, he is 6'1". He is shorter, but not as short as he could be at 185. It's a good thing he's not like the 5'10", 5'11", middleweights that we see sometimes.
Yeah, he's a tall 6'1", too. And looks to have some good size on him. Andre Roy.
Trial by fire for Emanuel Falls here. Emanuel Falls did a lot of work at Team Ludus.
Andre Roy with some crisp punches
Here
down
we go.
the pipe.
And that's what Andre Roy is known for. Big takedown, and he is on top of Emanuel Falls. Not a good spot to be in.
Andre Roy has a wrestling background, while maybe built like a striker, certainly has the history of a wrestler.
Here we go. Iron cross time. This is not good for Emanuel Falls whatsoever.
And in mount, will he keep the streak going with a first-round TKO from the mount position?
That was a big shot right there by Andre Roy.
Andre Roy looking to soften up his opponent with some strikes. Emanuel rolling over.
Oh, wait. Dude, he has a lace right there. He could be going for a splits.
Emanuel Falls able to reverse position.
Yeah,
Can he get up? No.
But Andre Roy riding that back position.
Showing great awareness in the scramble. Andre Roy sinks in one hook, looking to get the other, trying to keep his man down and battered against the cage.
This could be it. This could be it.
He's got the gamble
Looking for
grip
that
with the choke, and
it's
that's
a done deal right there. Andre Roy with win number 2.
Andre Roy delivered on his promise that he made to me, saying he guaranteed a first-round stoppage, just like the last time he fought for the USFFC. He has delivered. I wonder how soon it will be before we get a chance to see this man fighting for the belt. And I'm here with a guy that I know, Nate Jolly, who is no stranger to the USFFC.
What's going on, guys?
Nate, it's good to see you here in the broadcast booth. Give us your thoughts on the fight that just happened.
Well, that fight was an amazing fight. I've seen this guy before. He has great striking. He has good takedowns. And I think it's easy to see that Emanuel just got outmatched.
Yeah.
He got outmatched.
You know, sometimes when there's a fast scramble happening on the ground, that's a time where experience can really kick in and play a big role. If you've been through those situations before and you've kind of got that muscle memory and you can overcome some of the anxieties of being in the fight and still execute your technique, that can really help, having been there before. Andre Roy having had a fight, this being Emanuel's first one ever, experience may have kicked in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Neely stops his fight at 116 of round number 1. Your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, Andre Pretty Boy Roy.
And an excellent fight that was.
That really was. Emanuel Falls looks a little disappointed. You can understand that. And Andre Roy going to now give his thoughts on the fight to Casey Oxendine with the microphone. Andre Roy all smiles after his first round win. He told me it would happen.
All right.
Andre Roy, Mr. Photo Opportunity. Cyrus stole the post-fight interview last time, but this is win number 2. You cut the big Muhammad Ali style promo before. Now what you got to say about this fight?
All right, sorry for taking the mic, but you already know who's in town, baby. Once in a while, you get the pretty boy. I'm telling you, like the good old Dusty Rhodes said, I've wined and dined with kings and queens, and I've sat in alleys eating pork and beans. I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour. Hey, but Casey, I'm telling you, I owe it all to my team. The Triple G family it gets me all emotional talking about it, but they're just like, they're my brothers, they're my sister, Angela Overkill Hill. Like I said last time, I train with killers. Cody Juicebox Gully, who's about to get that win later tonight. Hey Leo, where you at? Leo Perez. That's my big brother, I'm telling you. I train with Shantae Barnes, Angela Overkill Hill. I'm sorry for taking your airtime, but I just gotta say some more. Nate, Christian, wherever you are, Crab King, that's how we rockin'. Manny, I love you all, and thank you for treating me like a family. I really appreciate it, and every training session I learn something new. And I gotta thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without him none of this would be possible. And thank you to all the veterans and everybody fighting in the wars and fighting for our country. My grandpa was in the Navy, so shout out to the Navy and everybody that puts their ass on the line for this country. So, with that being said, Scott Price, I see you right there. I know that 185-pound belt is vacant because the boys in WWE, you know who to call. 828, and I won't say the rest because my girlfriend will get mad. So, with that being said, Kingsport, get your autographs while you can, because I'm only in town for a little while.
What more can you say? The pretty boy, Andre Roy!
Nate Jolly, I don't know whether to give Andre Roy a higher score on the fight or the promo he cut after.
I am gonna